Here we want to look at finding the distance between 2 points. And so if I look at the 2 points, if they don't already have a graph, it's kind of nice to just draw yourself a graph. And they give me 4, -3, 7, -8. So if you've seen distance formula before, it absolutely works. It'll tell you the distance between 2 points. That's what it's for. But it's a little long and sometimes a little hard to remember. So something easier is if I want to know what's this distance from here to here, well, notice it's a lot easier to count straight up and down. So could I tell you what the distance is from here to here and then from here to here? So any 2 points, no matter where they are, I could always make a right triangle out of it. I could say, well, how far straight up and down and straight over is it? And then we'll find the straight line distance. All right, so if we want to know what's this distance from here, notice we're going from -3 down to -8, or if you're looking at the points, the y values measure your up and down. And so you can just count them out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you could say from -3 to -8 is a distance of 5 units. Then over here on the x's, we're going from 4 to 7, so that looks like a distance of 3 units. And so picture it's a lot easier in a shorter formula to think, hey, that's a right triangle and I know 2 sides. If I want to know this other side, this is what Pythagorean theorem is for. I have the 2 short sides squared equal the long side squared of any right triangle. So the a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So a and b are both 5. Or sorry, a is 5 and b, the 2 short sides are 5 and 3. And so we're going to square them both. And you can call this one c for hypotenuse. You can leave it like that. I labeled it x, so we'll put x. So it doesn't matter what letter you use. We're just trying to figure out what is that third side. So 5 squared is 25. 3 squared is 9. 25 plus 9 is 34. And so we want x to be all by itself. We can take the square root of both sides. No, technically that means square root property. You have to do plus or minus. But notice you can be a little lazy about the plus or minus because we're looking for a distance, and we know distance can't be negative. And then in this, it's also telling us to give an exact answer, not a decimal approximation. So meaning don't take square root of 34 and put it in your calculator. Leave it as square root of 34. You might want to make sure square root of 34 is reduced all the way. But the only factors of 34 are 2 and 17. So it looks like that's reduced all the way. So it's a lot easier to count up and down than it is to use distance formula. In fact, distance formula is just Pythagorean theorem. It's just solved for one of the variables. And so that's usually a lot quicker and a lot easier and a lot harder to make just like a little sign error on when you can actually see the distances you're trying to find.